Yeah. Hey, make me go again. Ah, yeah. Yo. I one west to the death. Yeah. Fuck everything else. Big boot on me fringes. Girl, I tell me say she love the way how me change it. Everything sign and seal. Then I tell me say she love the deal. Yeah. Big boot on me fringes. Girl, I tell me say she love the way how me change it. If I don't know you picking my youth, me I tell you no straight out. And I'm a business. Yeah. Man, I move real heavy. 20 man, I jump out a couple Chevy. Well, serious. Man, I look happy. Wrong move to a boy in a dopey. Them a waste, man. Them a talk about me, but me no care, man. After everything else, me still be a man. Cause the truth me attack, and the truth and the part me a stay fan. Yeah. Deliver it on fire. Everything up in the ear like fire, bonfire. But I can't tell you power. And I'm dead, so let them have to rise in power. Liar, sha'Allah. This is what fear my brothers and my sisters. We get caught off early. Big boot on the fringes. Girl, I tell me say she really love all the changes. If I don't know you became my youth, me I telling me straight out. And I'm a business. Yeah. Big boots on my braids, man. Yeah. Me not left me shades on. Special type of gun for this occasion. Hardcore. Can't tip on me right hand. Everything talking real neat. Tell her why I can't just shoot him no sweet discreet. In my trouble for breed. I am no shopping. Me conscience it a speak. Rats and snakes them foot get slit. Yeah, they give them the realness. Don't start freak out. When 200 million of me niggas them out. Yeah, shut in a face, shut in a mouth. Rise it up, balance the soul reaper. Make evil scaper. Yeah, well, I know what I'm say. And the truth though, I saw the thing over. Move. Big boot on my fringes. Girl, I tell me say she love the way how me change it. If I don't know you picking my youth, me I telling you straight out. And I'm a business. Big boot on my fringes. Big boot on my fringes. Boot on my fringes. Yeah, I'm told. One West and nothing else.
Testing. 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, I don't hear nothing either, sir. Testing 1, 2. 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. All right. Hey, shalom. Yahweh Shema Al-Shah to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Al-Thaba Shema Al-Shah to all the sisters. We're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. This is the Tuesday night Brotherhood class. Here with you is Officer 50 Maya Shaw, holding it down until Officer 500 Yarmak arrives. And if I could, right off the top, I just want to, kind of paraphrase a verse from Christ regarding brotherhood from Book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse Salakia, verse. Bear with me. Book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 36, where he says, amongst the two greatest commandments is one, to love the Most High with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. And the second is to love your brother as you love yourself. Now, what that means to love your brother, who is your brother? First of all, your brother is a fellow Israelite. And now who's an Israelite? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? And that's key to know, because you sit here, you read brotherhood out of these scriptures, you might think it's just anybody, you know what I'm saying, with 10 fingers, 10 toes, 2 eyes, nose, and mouth. But it's specific. As I've been taught before by priest and officer Yanazar, you know, this book from cover to cover is strictly for and about Israelites. You know what I'm saying? So what that means is it's only one people, one specific group of people. So your brother can only be who? Another Israelite. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Or your sister. You know what I mean? And who's that? We know that's the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right? The true Jews of this Bible, God's separate people, his holy people, holy meaning separate. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to the book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Oh, for water, sir. Brotherhood's very important. You know what I mean? That's, like I said, Christ's 2 biggest commandments that he told his disciples was, you know, obey the Most High God and love your brother like you love yourself. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, brotherhood is one of the most important things you can do.
Damn right.
You know what
I'm
saying?
Right.
Slacky, sir, you got that for me?
God, this is the book of 1 John, chapter 4, and verse 20.
Come on, sir.
If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother.
Now, you hear this all the time. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? This is from everybody from the Christian church down to, you know, so-called spiritual people. You know what I'm saying? They love God. They proclaim it all day long, but they hate their brother. They hate their sister. And for what? For no reason at all.
That's right.
We keep going.
Shalakia. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
A what?
A liar.
A what?
A liar.
A what?
A liar.
A liar.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't love God and then hate your brother.
That's
right.
Right.
Here, see, we're reading that right out of the scripture. We didn't come up with that.
Damn
you
right.
can't love God and hate your brother at the same time.
That's right.
You are a liar.
That's right.
Keep going, Baba Kashaw.
Shalakia. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen.
Whom you've seen every day, like, you know what I'm saying, on the block, around the corner.
That's right.
Up the street from him. You know what I'm saying? In the same building.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Or even in the same bloodline, in the same family. You
That's
can't
right.
love him. Keep going. It's like
God. Shalakia. How can he love God whom he hath not seen?
right. You know what I'm saying? God, this the Most High that, you know, is not around you every day. Don't see him on the same street. You know what I'm saying? You can love him that you don't see, but this brother that, you know, looks just like you, has the same skin color and going through the same things as you can't find in yourself to love him. That's right. Well, that makes you a liar. You cannot love the Most High God and hate your brother. That's right. Plain and simple. That's right here in this verse. You know what I'm saying? Oh, go ahead.
If I may, what you're saying is so heavy, sir, because it's very common. You hear this so many times, brothers and sisters, man, in the, you know what I'm saying, in America, you know what I mean? They the first ones to be up in the church,
right,
loving God. You go to the ghettos of Durham, you go to the ghettos of Brooklyn, New York, you go to the ghettos all across the country.
Right.
There's a church on every single block. There's a church on every single block. And those same people that go to them same churches, they hate the cat that's from 2 blocks away.
Right.
What King Von say, I am not from 63rd. Like every, you know what I'm saying? Like, brothers, you just hate this man. Like you said, it's heavy. It's like, he goes through the same thing as you. He literally lives the same life for you. Matter of fact, y'all probably played Little League or played CYO
Pop Warner,
Pop Warner. Y'all probably played sports together.
Damn right.
Now you can't stand him because of the number of, you know what I'm saying, the avenue he's from.
Sir.
But yet you claim to love God.
No,
that doesn't make no damn
sense. It makes you an absolute liar. You know what I'm saying?
That's
right
right
for that, sir. You know what I'm saying? But and if I could, get the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40, sir. If I could, Papa Kashaw. You know what I'm saying? And what the priest and officer brought out is heavy. It's right there. I mean, it's right there. Like, you can't hate your brother and love God at the same time. The scripture just said that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And we find any excuse to hate our brother.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Live on a different block. He wears bad clothes, or he wears nice clothes, and you ain't got nice
That's
clothes.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Or sisters, the same thing. This also pertains to the sisters.
Damn
too.
right.
You know what I mean?
Damn right.
You know what I mean? You just want to hate them for any reason at all. Just said hi to you wrong.
Right.
Come on, what is that?
That's right.
But that's what we do, and God doesn't like that. You can't say you love God and do the same thing to your and hate your brother and sister for no reason at all.
Damn right. Matthew 25 and 40.
Come on, sir.
Come on. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25 and verse 40.
Go ahead.
And the king shall answer and say unto them.
Okay, a little pretext here. This the king in this scripture right here. That's Yahweh Shai Mashiach, also known as Jesus Christ. All right. He's talking to his disciples right here, and actually, Slack, if I could we go up a couple of verses, sir?
Come on. You want to go verse? Where you want to go?
Slack, if I may. All right, verse 34, if I could.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, and verse 34.
Uh-huh.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Verse 35. For I was hungered, and ye gave me meat.
That's right.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in.
Now, see, Christ right here, he's talking about things, brothers have done for him.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? These is brotherly acts that they did for Christ, his disciples, the men who followed him. This is brotherly. This is brotherhood right here. Slightly. Keep going, Baba Kashaw, sir.
Come on. Verse 36. Naked, and ye clothed me.
Uh-huh.
I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me.
Ooh-wee. That's heavy right there.
That's right.
Just the kind of things, in the world, a visit from a brother, from someone close to you, it means something, you know what I mean? And Christ right here is just saying these things right here. Naked, you clothed me. You know what I'm saying? I was sick and you visited me. These are the core, just your foundation of brotherhood right here.
That's right.
Say, keep going, Baba Kashaw, sir.
Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 37. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when we saw thee and hungered and fed thee. Salakia, I said it wrong, bad. Salakia.
Oh, yeah.
Saying, Lord, when saw we thee and hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee?
Right. You know what I'm saying? This is what the people will follow on asking them, like, saying, when did we do this? When did we do that? Keep going. Slack it, Bob Kashaw.
Come. Verse 38. It's like verse 39. Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 40. And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
You know what I'm saying? And right there, that's so heavy. Like Christ saying, you do this for the same people, your brothers who've gone through the same things, and you do these things for them, feed them when they're hungry, clothe them when they're naked, visit them in prison. You know what I'm saying? These people, these least, who many would consider the least of your brothers and sisters, you do that for them, it's like you're doing it for Christ.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The greatest of us, the one you claim to follow. You do this for your brothers and sisters like that. Shoot, that's how you follow Christ. Slack it, brother. Go ahead.
This scripture is so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people believe that just because somebody is poor,
right,
they don't have a social status that others may have. Or that.
Salakia.
This scripture is heavy because a lot of people believe that in the Christian church, they believe that just because their brother is poor or because they don't have a certain social status, that they are justified and mistreating them.
Right.
A brother who is homeless, they justified in looking at him like he's nothing.
That's right.
Like he's worthless.
Right.
You understand? Like he isn't worthy of God's grace, of his love. Like the Christian women with the big hats are, who are able to pay their tithes and give hefty donations every day.
Right.
You understand? And it's so heavy what Christ is saying right here, because Christ is leveling the playing field.
That's right.
You understand? Right here, Christ is telling them that it don't matter if you poor, you understand, rich, if you in the middle somewhere, that all of Israel is to be treated equally as it pertains to the priests of the Lord. You understand? And that's a heavy point that Christ is making right there.
Damn right, sir. Damn right. You know what I'm saying? Bring it on, like the brother said, bring it on level playing field. All right. Poor, rich or poor, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That colorism, all that, whether you like dark or from the north or the south, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? We're all one brother and sisterhood, you know what I'm saying? Israelites. And we follow, you know what I'm saying? We follow in Christ. And we follow in Christ, what we do for each other, we do for him. You understand? And Salaki, if you could drop that, could I get the book of John, chapter 13, verse 34, if I could? Bob Kashaz. You keep bringing this out, you know what I'm saying? This brotherhood scriptures, because it's so important for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you know? Because without this, we'll stay on the bottom.
That's right.
We'll never rise above, you know? And Christ ain't coming back for a nation divided.
That's right. That's
you know
right.
Saying? He needs his people to come together. Like if I may paraphrase the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Yea, gather yourselves together. Yea, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn right.
And that we're that nation not desired
That's
at
right.
the bottom, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's
we
right.
need to come together under brotherhood and sisterhood to really rise above all these other nations.
That's right.
And take control. You know what I'm saying? Damn right. Watch.
This is the book of John, chapter 13, and verse 34.
Okay.
A new commandment I give unto you.
Now see, this is Christ right here giving his disciples something else to follow. This is something else. This is a commandment, a commandment being a divine law. Go ahead.
Come. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. And
again, that's the water. That's what we were just saying. If you love Christ, you gotta love your brother and sister as Christ loved you. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way this works. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way brotherhood works. And that's the only way we rise. You know what I'm saying? Is if we love each other the way Christ loves you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Dwight, sir, drop that if I could. Could I get the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 22?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The only way this works.
So Matthew, which one?
So like I said, book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 22. You know what I'm saying? All throughout this Bible is scriptures, rules, laws for how to deal with one another. Not just laws on how to live or what you should eat or, you know, our history. This is our records, our history. You know what I'm saying? But also how to live, how to deal with one another. You know what I'm saying? And who's that? Again, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Those are your brothers and sisters. And these laws only pertain to dealing with them. Now, when you out there and you're dealing with the so-called oppressor or another race of people, you know what I'm saying? You're not to deal with them, you know, in a messed up, evil way or talk down to them or disrespect them, spit on them, fight them. No, you can defend yourself, but you're not to deal with them in that kind of sort of manner. But these rules right here is only meant for you to deal with your people, your own so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, the true people, the true Israelites. You know what I'm saying?
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 22. Salakia. But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause.
Without a cause. Now, without a cause, now, like say, okay, brother has stole from you. He wronged. He actually wronged you, like stole from you or murdered someone close to you. You know what I'm saying? That would be a cause, but without a cause, for no reason at all, like, oh, he wearing red and I wear blue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm from the east side, he from the west side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I wear Nikes, but he wear Adidas. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
just without a cause. Oh, you sisters definitely like hating on each other without a cause
That's right.
at all. You know what I'm saying? Just because she just seemed to be, looks like she got it all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This hating without a cause. Slack sir. Keep going. Baba Shaw.
Come. Shalakia shall be in Slakia, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause shall be in danger of the judgment.
Now, the judgment being divine punishment from the Most High. You be in danger of that just hating your brother for no reason at all. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come. And whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah
being, you know what I'm saying, calling your brother worthless.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? That's basically what Rakah means.
That's
Keep
right.
going.
Shall be in danger of the council.
Danger of the council. Now that's what that right there. That's coming to the wise men, the people who you bring this issue to. You know what I'm saying? Being in danger of being judged by those people, those men. Keep going.
Come. But whosoever shall say, thou fool.
So whoever ignore that judgment from those wise men, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like going to hell with that. You know what I'm saying? Excuse their judgment. Keep going.
Shalakia shall be in danger of hellfire.
It is right there. You basically, you're done. You're out of here. You're thrown out.
Right.
Like in, for example, in the Isupk, you go for the council, for the wise men. If you reject what they have to say, that's it for you. You're done. You're back out there. You know what I'm saying? And Lord be with you when you're outside of the outside of the protection of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good, sir. Salaki. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Come.
Salaki, so I have a question, if I could.
Come.
So you saying that basically we are supposed to be, I guess the way you putting it is that we're supposed to just be loving like only black people. Is that what you're saying?
Brother. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right. Like, okay, like the nation of Israelites.
That's right.
So if that's all we're supposed to be loving, and I guess you're saying that like Christ is like love on brotherhood is only for Israelites. That's what you're saying, right?
Brotherhood is for Israelite.
Okay, then how would because it's like Christianity is common, right? The Israelite thing is new, right? You say from 1969, right?
That's right.
So since before 1969, since Christianity has been here, like the world has known Christ as to be a white man. So how is it that like you're saying now that Christ is talking about Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, but like Christians in the church every Sunday since we've been here has been saying that Christ is white? Like, how would you answer that?
Okay, well, good question, brother Thwada. Well, first thing you have to do is, erase that image of Christ from Christianity. You just prove that Christ be a black man from the tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? And where we go first is, Book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 13. You know what I'm saying? Because once you know that he's not what they portray him to be, you know what I'm saying, a man, of color from a tribe, from the tribe of Israel, from the tribe of Judah, from the Israelites, then you know who he's talking about, who he's here to save, and who he means with brotherhood, who he's talking about in brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sir, you got that?
This is the Book of Revelation, chapter 1. You want me to start at verse 1?
Verse 13, sir. Chapter 13.
That's right. Verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Okay, so now this is a prophecy from the Apostle John. You know what I'm saying? And when you're talking about the 7 candlesticks, this right here, this is the 7 schools that Paul set up. All right, and one like unto the Son of Man. Son of Man, we know he's talking about Christ. All right, keep going, Baba Shaw.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Okay, now see, when you see them brothers out there on the corner from the ISUPK, clothed down to the foot with the magnificent garments, you know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And girt about the paps.
Girt about the paps, got that belt around there, keeping that garment together, you know what I'm saying? Ready for war, you know what I'm saying? Keep going.
With a golden girdle.
Because, Christ was fresh like that.
That's going. Right. Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
White like wool. Okay, so, what I'm saying? That's, of course, white people get old. They get white hair too, I guess. But let's keep going. What else they say about Christ's hair?
As white as snow.
And
his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Slack it. If I could back up one more time. What else they say about his hair? White as snow and slack it.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
White like wool. Wool. They said wool specifically because
right.
And it's only a certain kind of people got woolly hair.
That's right.
You know saying that stringy hair like you see from what do they call the imposter? We had the picture right here before.
Devil?
Yeah, kind of sir. Okay, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? You've seen them time and time again, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? Stringy hair, blue eyes, you know what I'm saying? Translucent, pinkish skin, you know what I'm saying? But right here, that stringy hair, I didn't hear that description in it. I heard white, woolly hair, and that's only one kind of people, you know what I'm saying? This right here. White, woolly hair?
Right.
Are you sure? I didn't see that on that, and I didn't hear that back in that description from John. You keep going, Baba Shaw?
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Like a flame of fire, you know what I'm saying? These are clear, blue, white eyes.
That's right.
And no fire in those eyes. Those pathetic eyes. But yeah, slack it. Keep going, Baba Shaw.
Verse 15, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
Now, hold up, his feet like fine brass. Brass kind of like a copper color, you know what I'm saying? Brownish, like fine brass. Keep going.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Ooh, wee. Now, picture that like color like a penny. You know what I'm saying? Picture that burned in a furnace.
That's right.
Now, does that match this color right here? You know what I'm saying? The color of the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? No, that can't be this thing right here. That's right. Whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? That has to be the color. Slack. Slack it. And with that, I passed the class on to precinct officer Yarmak. Oh, you come. Okay.
You never went live, brother. Remember I told you click the start button? Yeah, I did. No sweat at No sweat. Hey, give that brother a hand, man. Yeah. That brother could have been anywhere. That brother could have been a pimp. My staff is here. The water that says to Stephanie Israel for her work for this staff right here. I understand did a tremendous job with this. You understand? Again, this was a gift from the sister. I definitely accept on behalf of Commander Jenny Yohana the water. Again, the water for you, brother, for holding that class down. If we could, though, let's get this table centered. This table is all off balance if we could, brother. And then let's get like, I don't know why all this stuff is over here. No, not the camera, not the table. You see where I'm at, and you see where the menorah and everything else is at.
Oh, we do that on purpose.
So we changed it?
We just, on the camera, it was in the front of us face, smoke and everything.
Okay, no sweat. Do we got the frankincense and myrrh?
Should.
Let's go ahead and get that going. If that's on purpose and no sweat, we're gonna rock on.
Specifically on purpose. Everything else.
If this is how it's supposed to be, then no sweat. You understand? But you see what I'm saying, though? Yeah, this was like, I came in here, I was like, what the hell? No sweat. Again, the water that brother man could have been anywhere. You understand? Instead, he's here to serve the Most High. You understand? Instead, he is here giving his time that he could have being out on the streets to find some woman. You understand? Some whore. But yet he's here giving his time to the Most High, man. Underneath Commander General Yohanan and the Isupk. That's right. You understand? This officer Yaramut, preaching officer of 500 in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Again, continuing the Brotherhood class in Durham, North Carolina. Also out of Goldsboro is joining with us. You understand? So we gonna get it on, man. But before we begin, if there's any questions that anybody has, you understand, don't matter what the topic is or whatever the question is, go ahead and type the question in the chat if you could, Baba Kasha. Let me go ahead and get my weapon of choice up here. This so everyone knows that this is my weapon of choice. You understand? This is gonna be the weapon. This is my go-to. So don't mess with us. That's right. Anybody got any questions? Any questions in the room?
Gone.
All right, you got a question? Come on.
Why the whip?
The whip, because this whip is just like, it's almost like if you ever been bullied before in your life, or you ever known somebody to get bullied, like the victim of a bully, it's like their whole life is revolved around revenge of that point. A bully victim isn't worried about the girl in third period. They worried about the bully. You understand? And getting the bully back. And so this whip is like, out of all of the diabolical things I could think of that can get payback for the crimes of, yeah, you might have to burn that a little bit longer. Yeah, that's burn it until that the coil turns gray, basically, right? Out of all of the things that I could use to pay back all oppressors with, you understand? This is what all oppressors use on us. So I think it'd just be it'd be a great gift. This would be a great gift for them to be like, you ever seen the Boondocks where granddad was in the store and he had met he was in the store and it was some Edomite child who was going crazy. And some Edomite woman could not control the child, and the granddad was just like, have you ever tried whooping his behind? I don't know if I can say that word. Can I say the A word? For sake of the quote, granddad basically said, have you ever tried whooping his ass? Right. You understand? And the white child he took off the belt, and the white boy was looking at the belt, and he was like, the belt? The belt? Like, when we get slaves in the new kingdom, I want our slaves to be looking at this like, the whip? Right. Because for so long, we have always looked at this weapon as the weapon of our oppressor. Right. And so think about the day when they look at this as my weapon. Now this is my tool of destruction. Now this is how I command ordinance inside of my house, where for 400 years they've used it to command ordinance in theirs. You understand? What you got?
So, like, so it's real heavy what you're saying, because it's almost like, in some metaphoric way, now you'll be the cracker.
Yeah. They gonna call me the
to
cracker.
Them, you're gonna be the cracker.
I'm gonna be the new age Kraken.
Right.
They gonna write stories about me, and they're gonna call it Israelite mythology. They're gonna come up with stories and all kinds of godly stories about. They're gonna be like, Yaramuk, he was a 35-foot beast with a whip that extended from South Carolina to Iraq in the Middle East. and no man could withstand judgment. You understand? But that's all, man. I just think that this is an unconventional weapon that most people don't use, and all oppressor. You know, I just love I love the look on their faces when they see a nigga outside cracking a whip. Like, you got tried one day. Go get you a whip and go to. Yeah, in my neighborhood, of course. And they come outside like, what the hell? It's a nigga with a whip. Right. You understand? Like, it's so surreal to them that it's just like they don't even know what to do. Right. And I be cracking that hoe right in front of their face. You understand? Getting them nice and ready. Get them nice and ready. I be cracking it. They be like, ugh. I'm like, what they doing? They be getting nice and ready for it. You understand? So I advise all y'all brothers get y'all whip, man. I love it though. It's definitely a fun tool to use. You understand? Any other questions? Everybody Tawab in here. I know y'all still off that Passover. You understand? It's still here, man. I'm still feeling it. I'm ready to get these cookouts going, man. Lord Allah, we have a cookout in North Carolina. I'm ready. You understand? What you had, brother? Hey, Salak, somebody check out the Goldsboro page. I think a sis said it had said disabled. I guess that's what the sister said.
Yeah, so if I could, Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. It was just the one part where where it says.
Just read the whole thing and then. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Ask your question. Go ahead.
Come, sir. I was just gonna say it's the.
You got a mic? I got you.
Okay. No sweat.
Yeah, slacking, sir, if I could. It was Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. It's just the part where it says, and you will not see it again. So I'll read it from the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships,
Mm-hmm.
by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
Right. Now, go ahead. Finish it
Come
up.
on, and no man shall buy you.
And no man shall buy you. Now, who was talking here?
All right, so like this is Moses, right?
This is Moses
Come,
talking
come.
to who?
To the people of Israel.
And where is he talking to them from?
From the around the desert, right? After he got the law from the Most High, and he's giving them down. Well, telling them the law he's got from the Most High.
Right.
Mount Sinai.
Mount Sinai, right?
Yeah, come
Moses went up Mount Sinai. He spoke to the Lord. He came down and he spoke to his people.
Right.
Right. And he's prophesying unto them what they should do and what would happen if they did this. He's prophesying to them what they would do, or if they did what they weren't supposed to do, then what would happen if they did that. Right. And so read that part one more time.
It's like, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships,
Mm-hmm.
by the way whereof I speak unto thee. Oh,
so now they were in Egypt.
Meaning
Meaning what? What does Egypt mean?
Bondage, sir.
Meaning they was what?
In slavery.
They was in slavery. Were they in their land?
La, sir.
What does it mean to have a land?
Well, like your own land for like your people and whatnot. Have a land, a home, sir.
How do you have a land? How do you have a home?
It's like, sir, something you go and get.
What does it mean to get it? Think about it. How do you have a land?
It's something you discover. Well, in those days, it was something you discovered, right? It's just something you're like, okay, I take this land and then we're gonna make homes on this.
Okay. I mean, let's say you walk in the wilderness and you find a house.
Okay.
Right? And you find it and you move your bag inside the house. Is that your home?
Well, no. Not by America, because you have to buy it.
No, forget America.
Oh, yeah,
forget America. We in the wilderness.
Oh,
there's no law.
There's no law.
You just in the wilderness. You find a home. You put your bag in it. Is that your home?
Because I just took it.
You took it?
Took
it from who?
Well, it was just here, so I'm just in there now. Like,
now, okay, so now just being in this house is not making your home. You understand that, right?
Because
what's to say I wasn't out fishing, right? And then I come back, and then now you're dead, right?
Yeah, right.
You got killed in your home. Did you die in your home?
No, because it's not mine. Technically, yeah.
Oh,
it's
so
somebody
it's not
else's.
your home. So what is it?
It's somebody else's home.
Okay, so what does it mean to have a home or a land?
It's your own.
Meaning what?
Trying to find it. It's probably a simple way to answer this, but
it is.
All right.
Think about where we were and then where we are now as it pertains to this timeline and where Moses is speaking to us.
Okay, we're in somebody else's land when we were taken We were taken off of our land.
We were in what?
Israel.
We were in what?
Our land.
We were in what? In underneath Pharaoh.
Oh, underneath Pharaoh in slavery.
And now that we're not underneath Pharaoh, we're where?
We're still in the slavery.
No, we're not. We're not in slavery at this point, all right? If we done left Egypt.
Oh, it's like yeah, okay, we're in another land that's not our own.
No, okay. For time's sake, I'm gonna give it to you, right? We're not in slavery, meaning we're free. The Israelites were free.
After they left,
after we left, meaning when Moses was speaking to the Israelites, did Moses have to report what he said to somebody?
Oh, la, sir. Because
did they have to pay taxes? Did they have to call the police?
La.
Because why?
We were free at that time.
They were free, meaning the land that they were in was what?
Free land.
And that they could do what?
Do whatever they please.
They could occupy it.
Okay, count.
You understand? They were in a land that they could occupy. Moses and the Israelites did not have to report to anyone because they were freed from slavery by the Lord.
Count.
That is the book of Exodus. That's the point of it. Was that the Lord freed them from slavery. You understand? And so now that we know that there's a land that we can occupy, now read it one more time.
Okay. Count. Book of Durham, chapter 20, verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now the Lord is going to bring us back into slavery again with ships.
Count.
Keep going. And remember, what is slavery? The lack of what? Freedom.
Count.
Meaning in this land, we will not have freedom. Right. We will have to report to someone else. You're going to have to report your taxes. You're going to have to report to the driver's license agency. You're going to have to pay certain things in this land because you will be a slave in this land. Keep going.
Come. By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee. What is Moses saying here? Think about the timeline and think about the condition of the people in which Moses is talking. Put yourself there. You just left Egypt. Your people were enslaved and now you're not. Now you're here.
Right.
And now you're in the wilderness and you're looking at Moses. Moses is saying all these things that he said in the book of Deuteronomy, that if you do this, if you do the right thing, that you would be kings on earth.
Oui.
If you do the wrong thing, then you are going to go back into slavery, which is what verse 68 is talking about.
Right.
So what is Moses saying here? By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
That by the way of you doing the things, not doing what you're supposed to do, you will be put back into Egypt back into bondage because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. By the way whereof. The way.
Think about it. From what Moses is saying, what is he saying? He's not right. Remember, we thinking of it we thinking in the aspect of like the Israelites was going to go back in slavery. Back then, that wasn't even a thing they probably thought. When they first heard this, the last thing on their mind was probably going back into slavery. They was not thinking this is an option. They're thinking it's like if a brother come to y'all and say, hey, if y'all don't eat pork no more, in 10 years, y'all will all be given $10 million. A nigga say that, you like, yeah, we all about to get 10 million. Hey, we rich, nigga. 10 years, I'm about to go to sleep for 5 years if I could. Everybody's thinking we gonna make it.
Okay.
You understand? But of course, we fall, right? And we start to serve other gods. And so by the way whereof he spake unto thee, we lost what that we just had gained. Freedom. Meaning the land that we occupy is free. If you walk into my house in the wilderness, is you free?
Why?
Because I'm gonna come back and kill you, right? Or you're gonna have to do what? You're gonna have to pay taxes. If you want to live on my property, you're gonna have to pay. If you want to live on my property, whose laws will you follow?
Yours.
Mine. So the way whereof I spake unto thee, you will not see it no more again. Your homeland, your laws, the way you live, the way you choose to raise your children will be changed and you won't see it again. You'll see the laws of America's land. You'll see the laws of Scotland's land. You'll see the laws of English land. But your laws that you were given, that Moses gave you. Moses tried to tell you not to eat pork. Moses told you not to divorce. Moses told you that a man can have more than one wife. And this law was good for you. And Moses tried to give you that life, and he tried to take you to your homeland, but you denied it. You denied it. You said that eating pork was just too important, that smoking weed was just so much better than to just serving the Lord. and that Christmas was too attractive than holding the Passover.
Right.
And so because you chose this, the way whereof I spake unto you, from a situation of power and authority and rulership, where you can raise your children to be Israelites, you won't see it no more again. Read it again.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
And
the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again.
Meaning the life, you ain't gonna see it no more. Meaning right now you have a decision. I'm giving you an ultimatum. You can live by the laws of God, and you can live how you want to. You can live, Hawk. Your children don't have to be Trayvon Martin.
Right.
They won't have to be Emmett Tills or Sandra Bland's. You don't have to deal with the stresses and the curses that we deal with today.
Right.
But this prophecy said what? By the way whereof I spake unto thee. Keep going.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Meaning what? You ain't gonna do what Lord said to do. And you will go back into slavery again. And you will have to subdue yourself under the authority of your oppressor.
Right.
Keep going.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. Who will we sold to? You understand?
It's like you said, the so-called oppressor, sir.
The so-called oppressor. You understand? The white man sold us.
Right.
I mean, Salagi, the African man sold us unto our oppressor, which is the white man that the Bible speaks of. You
That's
understand?
right.
Or the devil that the Bible speaks of. You understand? Keep going.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
And bondmen and bondwomen. Now, you talking about a nation that left Exodus, that left the building the pyramids and left Pharaoh and all of this. And then now Moses is telling them after they left Exodus that you will be sold unto your enemies by the way of ships, by mass cargo slave ships.
That's right.
Tell me another nation on the face of the planet Earth that had went to slavery with mass cargo slave ships.
Not a one, sir.
Now also tell me another nation on earth who doesn't have their land.
Right.
You understand?
Sir.
We are the nation of people who is living in that land that is not ours.
That's right.
When you look at the ancient Aztecs and the ancient Mayans, that land is not theirs. You understand? They got brought there. You understand? The Native American Indians had to come here, but our land is in Jerusalem.
That's right.
You understand? In Israel, that is our land. And our land, and remember this too, right? Even when you look in the valley of dry bones and what Ezekiel was talking about, remember that the land or the city doesn't make the people, but the what?
But the people make
the people make the city.
Come.
Meaning what? This room can be what?
Anything.
This can be Jerusalem.
Come.
The city of Durham can be Jerusalem. The city of Harlem, New York is our what? It's Jerusalem for us. That's our homeland because that's where the Lord implanted his name back into the earth.
Damn
in
right.
1969 through the Isupk.
Damn
that's our Jerusalem. Now, is it Jerusalem as we call it in what they would say the Middle East? No, it's not. And why is that an asinine idea to believe? Because a lot of people get stuck up on names, say, no, but Jerusalem is over there.
Right.
And the borders of Jerusalem is here. And the Middle East is over there. Why is that stupid? It was simple, just simple. Just think simply, why is it stupid to say something as stupid as that?
Well, like I said, if I may, because of the people who occupied.
Think something more simpler than that. Think about Egypt in itself. In Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68, Moses called this, when he spoke in these scriptures, he said he used the name Egypt. Back then, 2,000 years ago, this land Egypt was not named Egypt. It would have been named Mizraim, and then later known as Kemet, right? Which is why they worship Kemet today. And then its new name is Egypt because it's synonymous with our slavery, which is why they have the pyramids on the $1 bill, and they also have the what you call it? What's that long pointy thing?
The Washington Monument, sir.
The obelisk, right? Which is why they have that on the dollar bill as well. It's why they have the Washington monuments, right? Or Mount Rushmore. They build their statues into the mountains, just like who? Just like Pharaoh did.
Right.
You understand? It's built just like Egypt because they know that Egypt is synonymous with our slavery. But back then, Egypt was not named that. And so to my point, why is it stupid to say, oh, well, Jerusalem is over there. Why ain't you in your land in Jerusalem? And Jerusalem, the borders is here. Jerusalem's in the Middle East. So that means they had to be Ishmaelites and Middle Easterns. Why is that stupid?
Because like I said, for me, things changed over
because
time.
the names change. What the hell? The hell are we talking about here?
Right.
You telling me that Turkey was always named Turkey? No, right. It wasn't. You telling me that matter of fact, America was not even always named America. You understand what you got?
What you're saying is a heavy point. The names change, the borders change, the people change. If you would have came to this landmass 700 years ago, no one that you see now, or at least not the people who were the majority now, they wouldn't have even been here. Right. So it's stupid to us. What is an American? You know what I'm saying? Parts that are now considered Mexico, you know what I'm saying? Like Texas used to be a part of Mexico.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're gonna say that if some dude is from Houston, you're gonna be like, he's from Mexico? You know what I mean? It's what you're saying is heavy. It makes no sense to try to look out back on old lands and associate them with common borders that exist now and things like that. People don't know what they're talking about. So,
right. You understand? Which is why the scriptures say this. How long shall ye simple ones be simple, or love simplicity? You understand? We gotta stop being simple, man. The city don't make the people. The people make the city.
That's right.
You understand? That's why when you even look, I'm gonna get off the top of one. Don't let me harken on this too long. When you even look at sports teams, right? When the Milwaukee Bucks travel to Miami to play the Heat, do they name change? Who do they represent?
The Milwaukee.
Milwaukee. But the people left. They not there no more. But they still represent what?
Milwaukee, sir.
Well, the niggas in America represent Jerusalem.
That's right.
That's where Jerusalem is. Yeah. You understand? You want to find where the Milwaukee Bucks is? Guess what? Do you go to their stadium or you go to the players? Right. Where's Milwaukee Bucks at? Oh, they playing Miami Heat tonight. Well, Milwaukee Bucks is where? They in Miami. Yeah. That's where the Milwaukee Bucks is. Right. You understand? If the people of Durham migrate to California, then where is Durham at? In California. If we leave Durham tonight, everybody, and go to California, and then some Chinese people fly into Durham and they overpopulate this area, is that going to be Durham?
It's going to be the Chinese.
They're going to call it Xinjiang. It's going to be the city of Xinjiang. How do you know? Because you go to New York, and what part? What part do they got it? You go to Flushing, New York, and guess what they got? Chinatown. Are they native to Flushing, New York? No. You go to the Italian parts, and you got what? Little Italy. Are they native to whatever city that is in New York? No. You understand? The city does not make the people. The people make the city. You understand? And where Moses spoke to us, the authority that he spoke to us, the freedom that we had, and the laws that we had, and the favor that we found with the Lord, we would not see it no more again unless we decided, you understand, to follow these laws. Now, thankfully, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, that Christ came and died so that we could see it again. Right. So that we can have an opportunity to have our land again. Because without his sacrifice, the Lord would have been done with the children of Israel. Because Moses said it. You understand? But through his mercy, which is the greatest attribute that the Lord has. It's his greatest persona. It's his greatest, you understand, personality that he has is mercy, being merciful on the children of Israel. Without that, we would have failed what Moses said. We would never see it no more again. You understand? That would have been the end of that. Is there any more on that? Any other questions? Any questions in the room? Brother in the back.
So they say
see me one more time.
Slavery was brought on because we turned our back. That's like the number one.
Give me Deuteronomy.
Cause, right?
Yeah, cause. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse God. Go ahead, you can finish your question. I'm kind of get what you're saying, so I'm just getting scripted, but you can finish what you were saying too.
Yeah, I think it's like because we turn our back.
Shalabi, also, if you could, not to cut you off, if you could, Baba Kusar, get Sadak on the phone and just make sure he's Tawab. He's supposed to be on the wires, but make sure that he's Tawab on his way getting here. Go ahead, you finish.
All right, so yeah, we're brung on because we turned our back on God.
Mm-hmm.
But brought into slavery, we got given the Bible.
Say that last part one more time.
We got given Christianity
in America.
Yeah.
Right.
So the God we turned our back on was not the Christian God. It was something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Basically, right?
Right. So
we was worshiping something totally different, and we was right before Christianity, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So what was it before we was doing? Was it just simply like the laws, or they took what we was doing and changed the names and then made Christianity?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like what were we doing before, basically?
Before we got Christianity.
Yeah. Because they had to be what we turned our back on. Or leading up to it or something.
You got the scripture I pulled up?
Yeah.
All right. Give me that.
Come on. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Now, again, this is Moses, right? This is in the Old Testament. Now, the short answer to your question is before we had Christianity, we had Christianity. That's the answer to your question. The same way you see Christianity and the Christian pastors like T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar today, we had that back then 1,000 years ago.
Right.
You understand? They were doing the same thing. They would have been called your Sadducees and Pharisees, right? They would have been your religious leaders who had the law. They had the law of God, the written law. But what they would do is that because of the seat that they had, they would break the law.
Right.
And then they would just sacrifice a lamb, right? They would just sacrifice a lamb because that was the law. That if they broke the law, they would just they would have a sacrifice, and then they would have forgiveness for their sins. However, the problem is this: when you have a nation that is built on a standard like that, then you have a nation of rich men. Right. You have a nation of which you cannot send your daughters to the priest because a priest will rape her.
Right.
You cannot send your family into the church because the church will take the money out of your family's pocket until you're broke and poor, and then they'll tell your wife to sleep with the pastor. Right. The pastor will sleep with your wife, and this is what was happening 2,000 years ago, and it's exactly what happens today. You understand? Read what you got.
Come. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Meaning we decided to not listen unto the voice of the Lord our God. We decided that eating pork was too damn important. Right. It tasted too damn good for us to eat pork than for us to love God. We decided that Christmas was it's so damn much. I mean, goddamn.
Come on.
You understand? Right. You understand? We thought that celebrating Christmas, it was just too much for us. It was, goddamn, Christmas is so goddamn. The lights, the trees, you understand? It's so much for us to celebrate Christmas that how are we going to give this up? Right. And we decided that celebrating Christmas was too much. You understand? Keep going.
Come. To observe, to do all his commandments and statutes.
But Moses said, if you do not follow the voice of the Lord thy God, to do and observe all his statutes and commandments, which is law, statutes, commandments. Keep going.
Come. Which I command thee this day.
Which I command thee this day. Keep going.
Come. That all these curses shall come upon thee.
That all of these curses will come upon you. You ever think to yourself, how the hell are black people in the situation that they're in?
Right.
You ever look at black people and say, man, goddamn. You look at the ball playing industry, all the ball players that's like that is black. The best basketball players on the face of the planet Earth is black.
Damn right.
The best football players on the face of the planet Earth is black. The fastest niggas on Earth, they black.
Right.
The best cooks, they black. You understand? The smartest people, they give stories like Benjamin Carson as if Benjamin Carson is someone special. Benjamin Carson is a smart goddamn brother.
That's right.
But he ain't the only one out. There's many black scientists and doctors that you don't get to read about in history class because, of course, they give you a little bit. They give you Benjamin Carson. He's not the only one. You understand? Thomas Jefferson, W.E.B. Du Bois. These are brilliant men. They weren't in the truth, but they had minds. They have some of the greatest minds on the face of the planet Earth.
Right.
You understand? You ever think about this and then say, well, I'm too wild the water. What's that? Yeah, I'm too the water though. Yeah, I better go ahead and get down. You understand? You ever look at that and then say, well, how in the hell is it that this nation of people is ruling over us? You understand? Right. They ruling over us, but yet what do they bring to the table? Bagpipes. You understand? What do? They don't fight better than us.
Right.
You understand? They don't war better than us.
They scared of black people. How the hell are they supposed to be more warrior-like than us? They not. You understand? But this is the reason. Keep going. Mm-hmm.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
That all these curses will overtake thee, meaning there ain't nothing you gonna do about it. Keep going.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city. Keep going.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed shalt thou be in the field. A lot of people reference Harriet Tubman for moving slaves to freedom. All she did was move slaves from the South and transported them to the North.
Right.
Simple. She didn't free slaves. You understand? She took them from the South and made them slaves in New York. Simple. Simple as that. You want to know how Boston got built? Slaves.
Right.
You know how Washington, D.C. got built? Slaves.
Right.
You understand? That's how they built it. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 17. Cursed shall thy basket and thy store.
Cursed shall thy basket and thy store, meaning your stores will not flourish. You understand? You'll have crops, you'll have certain things, but you won't get rich. You won't have infrastructure in the nation of America. You won't have it, which is why today, who do you go to for everything? Your oppressor.
Right.
It's rare that you find a black store that is just shopping. And it's so rare that when you find one, you got to say what? Well, I'm coming. You got to, every time you go, I'm coming in here because it's just black owned. Why?
Right.
Why you gotta say that? Do you go to City Trends and go in there and say, I'm coming in here because it's white owned? Do you go to the Chinese store that's in the all nigga neighborhood and say, I'm only coming in here because it's Chinese owned? Right. Do you go to the Arab store and say, I'm only coming in here and spending money because it's Arab owned? Nah. But when you go into the black store, you have to say, man, I'm supporting, man, because I support black people in black stores. Why? It's because you're a slave.
Right.
It's because your people are so cursed that you feel the necessity to announce your love for them because it's not normal. It's not something you see every day. So you see a black owned store and you say, man, I'm coming in here because it's black owned. I'm going to support you. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 18. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Meaning what? What is the fruit of your body?
It's like the children.
Your children, your seed is going to be cursed. Keep going.
In the fruit of thy land.
In the fruit of thy land. You understand? Your children be cursed. You think that you have a baby. How many of y'all got kids in here? How many of y'all got kids on the way? You got a baby and you look at that baby like it's the most precious thing on earth when it comes out. Well, because we decided that pork was so important, your oppressor looks at your baby as a statistic.
Good.
He look at them as a number. They don't give a damn about that child. That thing in your hands that you would slit your throat for, ear to ear, at a moment's notice, though our oppressor looks at him like he's just Trayvon Martin.
Right.
Your oppressor looks at him like he's just another Emmett Till. You understand? Because your people decided that smoking weed was more important than serving the Lord. Right. Because we decided that celebrating Christmas was more important than the Passover. And so the babies that we love, we can't protect.
Right.
The babies that we love, we can't teach. We can't give that baby our culture. We can't even name him without it being a phenomenon in America. You can't even name him an Israelite name without him being bullied or embarrassed in America because we thought that being a Christian was better. And this is what we got. Keep going.
Come. The increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep.
Meaning we won't have anything. Yeah, what nigga you know owns a farm with cattle that has a contract with Food Lion?
Good night.
What nigga you know owns a farm of watermelon that has a contract with Harris Teeter? What nigga you know owns a cornfield that has a contract with Walmart? None. Keep going.
It's like it. Verse 19. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in.
Meaning when you're born, you are a nigger.
That's right.
You are a nigger, a wetback, a redskin, a savage. You are a predator, a super predator. You understand? As our oppressor puts it. Keep going.
And cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
And when you go out, you are nothing more than a George Floyd.
Right.
You're nothing more than a body laying in the street that your brothers and sisters have to go out in the street with signs to try to give some kind of judgment for your body. Because you're not Donald Trump. Oh, no. You're not Karen laying in the street. You, what's your name, brother? You D. He D. They go and find some mugshot of D somewhere, and they put that as if he ain't a father, as if he ain't a son, As if he ain't a brother or a friend to somebody who loved him.
Right.
As if there ain't some broke people in the ghetto that's going to get $10,000 to put D in the grave and a proper burial site. They put up some drug dealing picture of him. You understand? Because when we leave, we are niggas.
Come.
Keep going.
Come. Verse 20.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord shall send upon thee cursing,
Mm-hmm.
vexation.
The Lord gonna put curse and vexations on us. You want to know why we're in the position that we're in? Is because the Lord's doing it.
That's right.
And you want to know something that's so beautiful about the Lord. When we understand this, when we understand that the reason that we're in this position is because of what we're doing, then we'll understand this, that we can make it stop.
That's right.
You understand?
Damn right.
You can make it stop. Is there any more on that? Go ahead.
God. And rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand to do. It's like it. Thine hand unto for to do.
Meaning what? The Martin Luther King movement, the Lord shut that down.
That's right.
The Malcolm X movement, the Lord shut that down.
Right.
The Black Panther movement, the Lord shut it down.
That's right.
Everything. Dr. Umar Johnson, what did he say? He was going to build a school for niggas? Where's that? The Lord ain't having that.
That's right.
You understand? You know why the Lord ain't having that? Because niggas will die in Dr. Umar Johnson's school.
That's right.
That's what happened. Because Dr. Umar Johnson does not speak what the Lord speaks. Right. Dr. Umar Johnson is going to allow a school full of Bloods and Crips to kill each other.
Right.
And he's going to collect the tax dollars off of that school, and he'll get rich. And he will not give a damn about the, read my mind, he won't give a damn about the,
Slacky, about the people,
the poor.
Slacky.
He won't give a damn about the poor that has to go to his school.
Right.
He won't give a damn because who goes to Dr. Umar Johnson's school? Is it the rich? It's not the rich. What school does the rich go to? The private school. They go to Durham Academy. That's where the rich go. They go to the private schools. But where does the poor go? They go to Dr. Umar Johnson School. Back in Durham, I grew up on Cook Road. There was a school called Omateko Guamazima. I forget the owner of the school, but I opened it up. It didn't last but for 7 years. It was an African school. We had to read. I think every tribe wasn't like a grade. Every grade wasn't even a grade. It was like a tribe. Like you graduated to like from kindergarten to the Ubuntu tribe or some crap like that. Zimbabwe tribe or something. Right? And we had to wear the not a dashiki, it was some other stuff, right? It may have been, I don't know, right? I love Wednesdays because we could wear a t-shirt. We had gym class on Wednesday, so we could wear a t-shirt to class. Everybody knew you was going to gym. They were like, you got a t-shirt on, you going to gym today, about to hoop. Understand? But that didn't last because they were not teaching what the Lord taught, man. And in that school, you found what? Drug dealing. Right. You found what? Niggas gangbanging. It was many people. I remember a brother named Nigel. I used to look up to that brother. He was like the biggest crip I seen. You understand? And I always thought, of course, he was in like 8th grade at the time, but I always looked at this brother like this was a man. This was the epitome of a man, and I wanted to be like him. I remember seeing him whoop on somebody, and I remember just sitting there like, damn, I wish I could jump in and help him and just be like his right hand man. Like I always wanted to be. I always seen like the nigga, and I always said like, if I can't be the nigga, like let me just be the nigga to the nigga. Like let me be his right hand man. He'd be like, yo, whoop his. I'll go do it. You understand? That was me back then, right? But that's what you had. And they didn't have no way of stopping that. What the hell was Kiswahili? What the hell was that going to do about drug dealing? They was going to get up there and sing Kiswahili, and then they was going to Kiswahili on the block somewhere and sell some more weed. Right. Dr. Umar Johnson can't save black people, nor can the NFAC, nor can the Nation of Islam, nor can no other black movement that we try to push because it's not of the Lord. Keep going. Until thou be destroyed. Everybody good in here in water? Anybody need water in here? They didn't? All right, no sweat. Does anybody need water? Everybody to what? If y'all need water, just say something. We're going to have to go get this some individual water, son. All right. Go ahead. Keep read that poem one more time. So until thou be destroyed. Until thou be destroyed, man. You understand? Which is what we are. That's right. We are destroyed in America. Keep going. Is that it? Oh, no, there's more, sir. Go ahead. Right. We've been destroyed. You understand? The Lord slowed the destruction of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians in 1969. That's right. He slowed it down. Before 1969,
every Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian was subject to die from drug dealing.
Right.
They were subject to die from HIV and AIDS. They were subject to die because their wife called the police on them. Every single one. But in 1969, the truth came into America.
That's right.
And the Lord pushed the answer of this curse and vexation everywhere.
Damn right.
And so now that slowed it down. And so now all of us brothers in here before the truth, we were subject to death. We were subject to doing what? Going out there selling drugs, being gangbangers, killing your brother, you understand, murdering, stealing, lying, jacking cars, and subject to the death of either your brother or the police. But now that we found what?
We found slack of the law.
We found the truth. And so now that we found the truth, that death has stopped. I remember learning that there was a statistic back at that same school that we wouldn't make it to be 21. The statistic was so bad. It was like out of every 10 people, 6 of you will not make it past college, and every 4 of you is going to die. And I remember it being 20-something students in my class, and I remember looking like, damn, 8 of us in here is going to die before the age of 21. And I looked at myself, and I was like, well, I ain't gay like these niggas. And back then, of course, I thought gay people was like, they was the ones that'll make it, right? And I was like, I'm a gangster. I'm like Nigel. I'm going to die by the age of 21. Lord, but I can think how I found the truth before that age. You understand? And a lot of my peers died before the age of 21. A lot of your peers died before the age of 21. They died 22, 23, 24. They end up in prison for the rest of their life. But because of the truth, it slowed my statistical time down. Right. I wasn't going to die from being on the street corner because Commander General Yohana taught us to not do that.
That's right.
I wasn't going to die and getting shot by the police because I'm driving around with weed in my car because Commander General Yohana protected me from that with this law. You understand? Right. And so are we still on that curse? Of course. But it's slowed, and Commander General Yohana is bringing people from out of the world right now. As
Damn right.
You understand? Keep going.
Come. Because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me. Verse 21.
Meaning we forsaken the Most High. Is that it on that?
Yeah, that's it on that.
All right. Any other questions? Does that answer your question? Or you need some more? What's going on? Go ahead. Any question you got? You said what?
I want to just do what we was doing before. You know what I mean?
What we was doing before. You understand? Give me where Moses came down from the Mount Sinai and he heard the rumbling in the camp. It's in the book of Exodus, of course. Give me that. I'll show you what we were doing before. All right, no sweat. We got ice in there. If anybody need ice, anything like that, if y'all need anything, all right, just raise your hand. We get it to you. You need water, you need anything, just go ahead and raise your hand. Any questions online while we're doing this? I think the sis had a question. Sis, you had a question. I don't know what happened to it. It's part when Moses divided the camp into two.
Oh, okay. See, I heard
Give me where Moses divided the camp. When he asked who's gonna follow him and who is not. No sweat. I'm sorry to y'all.
So you talking about where Moses was like, who's gonna stand on he was like, who's gonna stand on this side and the other people on this side, and then the Lord swallowed up the other group of people.
Well,
I'm gonna say Exodus 19.
Let's try that.
Well, maybe it's definitely Exodus 32. What chapter is that? Where he actually divides the camp is in verse 26. 32 and 26 is 34.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 26.
Stop. Yeah, it's like it started.
Okay.
Start at verse 1. We'll go there and we'll get a little bit and we'll go to verse 26. Go ahead.
Come on. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And when the people saw that
it's
Moses.
Like, somebody get the brother a sword too, so he could follow along as well.
Oh.
It's one thing to hear it. It's another thing to read it for yourself.
That's right.
Because when Satan or your friends or your co-workers or someone try to say, the Bible don't say that, say this, you can then say, I read it.
Right.
I seen it. I didn't just hear somebody read it. I seen it for myself. You understand? So you definitely want to get in the habit of just reading these, following along with the scriptures yourself.
Damn right.
Also, by following in the scriptures as a brother read, then you'll learn how to read the scriptures as well. You understand? There is a way. Pastors will get up here and say, in the book of Exodus, chapter 5, Moses said to the children of the nation of Israel that we should be blessed and that we shall have gatherings of all kinds of the harvest and that we shall be loving and fruitful and that we should mold. And you just be like, ain't no point in reading. Goddamn. I don't know what you're talking about. You understand? Which is why if you pay attention, the brothers read in a certain way. They stop and then they go. They pause and then they go because we got to break down every single thing that is being said here.
That's right.
You understand? Keep going.
Come. The book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out from the mount.
Meaning what? That Moses was taking too long to come down from Mount Sinai. Keep going.
Come.
Mm-hmm.
The people gathered themselves together unto Aaron and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us.
So now you ask, what were we doing before here? Right? And so the people, this is after they came out of slavery with Egypt from Pharaoh. And the people saw that Moses was taking too long. And they went to Aaron and said, make us gods, meaning make us powers. You understand? Which shall go before us. Keep going.
Come. For as for this Moses, the man that brought us up out of the land of Egypt, we want not what is become of him.
We want not what is become of him. Meaning what?
Yeah, come.
Meaning what? It like it's taking too long. You know who else says that? A brother who comes in the truth, and after 2 years, he said, "Where's Christ at? Right. I thought y'all saying Christ was coming back. I thought this was the last days.
Right.
I thought in the year 2000 Christ was supposed to come back, and because Christ didn't come back, they do what? They make themselves a god. Right. They go and form their own fake Israelite group. Right. They go and do their own thing. They go and join the Christian church and make themselves whatever the hell they want to be because they cannot wait on Moses. Keep going.
Come. Verse 2. And Aaron said unto them, break off the golden earrings, which are in the ears of your wives, of your sons, and of your daughters, and bring them unto me.
So take the jewelry off. Keep going.
Verse 3. And all the people break off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. Verse 4. And he received them at their hand and fashioned it with a graving tool. After he had made it a molten calf.
Drop to verse 8. So they took the gold and the jewelry out of their ears and they melted it, and then they made a golden calf. The calf was a worship of Baal. Right? Baal was a famous god that we worship because Baal was a god of like harvest. You understand? Which is what Israelites did a lot. We farmed and we harvest, and Baal signified us having a great harvest, which is why we worshiped him. Why? The calf, right? Which is why? Because niggas want what?
A good harvest, sir. They want
niggas want what? What do niggas want today? Money. Back then, today, niggas want money. They don't care if selling drugs hurts your mother.
Right.
They want money. And so if serving Godfather or Scarface or whatever big time drug dealer you can name of, if that gets them money, they would melt down their earrings and melt down their piercings, and they would make a god unto Godfather. They would make a god unto Benny Siegel. They would make a god unto Freeway Ricky Ross.
Right.
They would do it because they want money. They don't care about what's right or what's not right. They want the money. Keep going.
Book of Exodus chapter.
Go ahead, verse 8.
Book of Exodus chapter 32, verse 8. They have turned aside quickly out of the way which I commanded them. they have made them a molten calf and have worshipped it and have sacrificed thereunto and said, these be thy gods, O Israel, which I have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
These be thy gods, O Israel, which I brought thee out the land of Egypt. Why? Why is this the God now?
It's like it's because it could bring them money, or they think it could bring them money.
Because we don't have EBT no more. There isn't no more Walmart. We left Pharaoh. When we was in Egypt, guess what we had? We had stores. We had assistants. We had houses that the Egyptians had for us. We had jobs. We had slavery. We had an order. But when we left, there was no more EBT. There was no more data bus transport. There was no more Club 919. There was no more Walmart.
Right.
There was nothing. Now it was just niggas, the wilderness, and you. And so eventually they got tired of staying out there alone. And so this golden calf brings back money. You understand? Keep going.
Come on, verse 9. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people.
We are stiff-necked people. Keep going.
Come on, verse 10.
Drop that. Go down to verse 26.
Come on, book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 26.
Start at verse 24.
Come on, book of Exodus, chapter 32, verse 24. And I said unto them, whosoever hath any gold, let them break it off. So they gave it me. It's like it. And then they cast it into the fire, and then came out this calf.
So they made a golden calf. Keep going.
Come on, verse 25. And when Moses saw that the people were naked, for
we
Aaron,
saw they were naked. The nakedness in this scripture is the same reference to what?
They didn't. Their jewelry was gone. They didn't have their jewelry anymore. They took their jewelry off. Not naked. Like naked as in metaphorically, like they were naked without. They weren't worshiping the Most High God anymore.
Like who? I want a reference. This naked is the same naked as what?
It's like as Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve.
Okay.
You understand? This naked doesn't mean they didn't have clothes on.
Right.
It was the same naked that Adam and Eve was in the garden, meaning they were ashamed of their God. You understand? Keep going.
Come. For Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. Verse 26. Then Moses stood in the gate of the camp and said,
Moses is seeing this, and he's seeing these people who decided, I'm showing you what we did. Some of us decided to make the golden calf and worship other gods. Moses came down and he's seen this happening, and he stood in the gate of the camp. Keep going.
Come. Who is on the Lord's side?
He said, who gonna stand with the Lord? You understand? Which is what you see today.
Damn right.
You coming to these classes and these brothers is asking you, who's going to not eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster?
Right.
Who is going to do their 90 days in the Isupk and rid themselves of the world? And who will stand with the Lord? Keep going.
Come. Let him come unto me.
Let him come in here. You understand? We go out to camp every Saturday, and we find those brothers who wants to serve God.
Right.
And we say to those brothers, come to class.
Damn right.
Come to class Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 p.m.
Right.
Go up in them classes. Put on all black. On all black and serve the Lord if that's what you choose to do. Right. You understand? Keep going.
And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together unto him. Verse 27. And he said unto them, thus saith the Lord thy power of Israel. Put every man his sword by his side. He said, put every man his sword by his side. He told every man to take his sword and put it by his side. You understand? Keep going. Come on and go. This the Lord. This the Lord talking here. Keep going. Come on and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the camp. And slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. He said, kill them all. Damn right. Y'all think the Lord is all about love, You think the Lord is all about love, then why do we die from AIDS and HIV? Right. Why do we die from murder? Why do we die from gang violence? Right. If the Lord is all about love, why don't you just get shot and get the hell up? Then don't you know a brother who got shot and got the hell up? Why don't we all just get the hell up then once we get shot? You understand? We die because the Lord wreaks judgment on this earth. And the Lord is seeing who is going to stand with him and who is going to choose to celebrate Christmas. Right. Who is going to choose to celebrate Kwanzaa and Halloween and Thanksgiving, and who is not. Keep going. Come. Verse 28. And the children of Levi did according to the word of Moses. So they did it. They went in the camp and they slayed everyone who decided not to stand with the Lord. Keep going. Come. And there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men.
And they killed 3,000 of them.
Good night.
3,000 men died that day. So you want to know how were we? You want to get back to what we were doing back then? This is what we was doing.
Most High Christ.
We always had men who decided to serve the Lord and men who didn't.
That's right.
You want to know the men who decided to serve the Lord? You're reading about them.
Okay.
You're reading about Moses. You're reading about Christ. You're reading about Paul. You're reading about the disciples. Those are the men whose names echoes for eternity.
Damn right.
These brothers right here who died, they merely are what? A statistic. 3,000 men who thought pork was that goddamn great. What you got, Sadat?
What you're bringing out is so heavy, sir. And I just want to add to it, like, what you see is the Lord has killers on this side. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord got killers on this side that he brung out of the world. You feel me? And that's what Commander General Hanna is doing in the ISUPK. He's bringing brothers and sisters that's out of the world that did no good in this world. You understand what I'm saying? We got brothers in jails and whatnot that are in this truth. We got brothers that coming out of jail and don't smoke weed no more, and don't sell drugs no more, don't kill their people no more. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
What we did then at the end of the day and we died for is the same thing that you talking about and you bringing out right now, sir. Salaki.
Yeah, give him a hand. And even more than that, we got brothers who come out the world and they follow orders. Done. This was nothing more than an order from Moses that was followed through. And that's it. You understand? So what we did back then, we decided back then whether we would serve the Lord or we were going to serve ourselves. And some of us decided to serve ourselves and some of us decided to serve the Lord. However, you understand, this is happening again today. And you're going to have brothers who are going to decide to serve themselves, and you're going to have brothers who decide to serve the Lord. Even in the new kingdom, a lot of people think that when Christ come back, you're going to have a perfect utopia where there no weed going to be smoked. Somebody going to smoke weed in the new kingdom. You understand? The only problem with that is they're going to go to jail. They're going to be convicted, and they're going to go to court, and then they're going to have to stand trial. And then they'll be convicted for smoking weed. That's the only difference. Right? But the people who decide to make their election sure and stand with the Lord, well, they'll be running it.
Right.
They'll be running the kingdom. You understand what you guys said?
Would that be considered righteous judgment in that day, though, sir?
Every judgment that's under the judgment of the Most High is going to be righteous.
Damn right.
You understand? And that's just going to be the end of it. You said what?
Learn all the laws and get back to them.
Give me one body, one baptism. A lot of people will say that just learning the law is all you got to do. You just learn the law, statutes, commandments, and you're good, right? Which goes into my topic, which we'll probably just go ahead and go into, right? So just hold that scripture, hold that point. We ain't got much time, so we're going to try to run through these really quickly. This always happens. Give me Revelations chapter 9 and verse 12. We're going to run through this very quickly. Nope. Drop that.
Yeah, I got you got that? Yeah, I got Revelation 9 and 12.
Okay.
If you got it, we get it real quick. Okay. But just hold it because I don't need it right now.
Which one?
Hold one body. Give me Revelations 9 and 12.
Okay.
Just put a bookmark in it because we ain't gonna use it to the end.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 9 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
One woe is past.
Meaning what? One woe. And for time's sake, if y'all got the answer, raise your hand and say it real quick. But for time's sake, we're gonna move. Right? One woe is past. Woe meaning what? Great destruction. Great destruction has passed. One woe is past. Keep going.
And behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
It's a prophecy in the book of Revelations that one woe is past and two more is going to come. Now drop that. Give me Revelations 11. Go to chapter 11, verse 14. Two more woes is going to come. Great destruction on earth. Keep going. Read what you got. Verse 14, chapter 11.
11.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 14. Kind of one kind, sir.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
The second woe is past.
Now the second woe is past. Now here we are. The second woe passed, right? Great destruction number 2 has passed. Keep going.
And behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
The third woe cometh quickly. What is this talking about? It's talking about World War III. You heard of World War I and World War II, correct?
Right.
Right? Yeah. It's a great destruction. World War I and World War III hasn't passed in the Bible yet. World III hasn't passed here yet. You understand? Keep going. Yo, Sadat, go ahead. What you got?
It's lucky. I just want to, just for people at home that are watching that may not know, what the word woe means. I have the definition of woe. This is the Google definition of woe: great sorrow or distress. Meaning a woe at the end of the day. When a war comes, that's great sorrow because people die in a war.
Right. It's one of the most sorrowful events known to man. Right? It's war. People's fathers do not come home. Right? It hurts everyone when people go to war, which is why they try their best to avoid it. However, the Lord has other plans. You understand? Drop that. Give me Nahum chapter 1 and verse 3. There's a reason for this. Everything that you're seeing today, Christ, when the disciples came to Christ, they asked Christ, how shall we know of the day of thy coming? Meaning they wanted to know when Christ was going to come back. You understand? And Christ told them what? Christ said, you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. You understand? And this is what we're hearing today. Since 1969, the ISUPK has been teaching that Russia was going to gain power again and was going to attack.
Right.
You understand? Gog and Magog was going to attack. We have been teaching this since 1969. Of course, all of you are familiar with the Cold War. After the Cold War, what happened to Russia?
It's like they they kind of fell back, but they've been kind of steadily gaining more power.
Just what happened after the Cold War?
It's like they've kind of been gaining influence and allies and whatnot. They have like half
what
the
directly happened after the Cold War with Russia?
It's like it. Directly after, did they get nuclear weapons or something like that? I mean,
Russia got weak. Russia fell after the Cold War.
Oh, it's like it, sir.
This was the tension. This was like from 1950 to 1990.
Oh,
the Cold War. You understand?
It's like, sir, I was just saying, like, I thought like during the Cold War that was America versus Russia because Russia was gaining more influence, so they was getting weaker though.
I'm saying after, meaning in the prophecy, Gog and Magog got weakened.
Okay,
after the Cold War, Russia got weakened. After about 1991, you understand? After the geographical tension between America and the Soviet Union, the Russia got weak. You understand? And we were teaching since 1969 that what would happen? That Russia would regain power, and then that they would attack. And now, who attacked Ukraine?
That's Russia.
But them niggas on the street corner are cult leaders.
Right.
Them niggas on the street corner are stupid. Right? But yet we've been telling you since 1969 that Russia is going to do it. And now, what else have we been saying? We've been saying that China is going to join with Russia and that they are going to become allies because Ammon and Gog and Magog will become allies. According to the scriptures, what did China just do?
They just joined with Russia.
They just joined with Russia. We've been saying it since 1969.
Damn right.
But no sweat. Keep going. Read what you got.
It's the book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger.
Question, brother? He may need help with finding Nahum. Somebody get it for him. I know Nahum is a small book. You know what I'm saying? I think it only got like 2 or 3 chapters. Eventually, Serbia will get into the war. When Serbia gets into the war, you are going to see all of the ancient artifacts of the ancient Israelites that Serbia has been hiding for centuries. And it's going to come out once Serbia gets involved. Once you see Serbia gets involved, you know that it's hitting the fan. You understand?
Most like Christ.
And this is from Commanding General Yohanna. Just like Gog and Magog. You understand? And his teaching of what Russia was going to do that he's been teaching tens of years ago. You understand? Read what you got.
Come on, Kyle. It's the book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger.
The Lord is slow to anger. A lot of us question, why if the white man is so bad, then why won't the Lord just destroy him now?
Right.
Why is it that we gotta wait? Why is it that he didn't come in the year 2000? Why is it that he don't come on my birthday? So he just destroy everybody on my birthday. You understand? Why he don't just come? You think you come in the truth, you're like, I'm about to get my name. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen on why I'm getting my name, I promise you. He don't come when they get your name. Christ don't come back to destroy all oppressor when you get your name. On the Passover, or when the hold on. Shalom, y'all I'm teaching right now. Shalom, okay. You understand? We go to the Passover and we think what? We say, hey, look, this is gonna be the last one. We're gonna be in the Passover, and the Lord, we just gonna hear bombs. Boom, and we're gonna be free. We're gonna be in that come Yashala. And then the Passover ends, and then we gotta go back to the slave.
That's right.
You understand? But we gotta understand this. Read, keep going.
God, and great in power.
That the Lord is what?
Great in power.
The Lord, read before that. The Lord is what?
Slow to anger.
He's slow to anger. Keep going.
And great in power.
And great in power. Meaning his destruction is going to be, it's going to be beautiful. Ooh-wee. It's going to be so great. It's going to be, read my mind. Read my mind. His destruction is going to be what?
The third World War.
It's going to be World War III.
Most High Christ.
That's going to be his destruction. You understand? It's going to be so great. So great that decades from now, they'll remember it. Keep going. Where we at again? Salaga.
Book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 3. It will not at all acquit the wicked.
It will not at all acquit the wicked. Meaning what? What does it mean to acquit someone?
To it's like for lack of a better term, let them go. Like kind of let them go.
If somebody gets acquitted for a crime that they committed, that means they go free.
Okay.
The Lord ain't gonna acquit the wicked. They gonna get their punishment. The murderers of Trayvon Martin will pay for what they've done.
That's right.
You understand? Keep going.
The Lord hath had his way in the whirlwind and in the storm.
He has his way in the whirlwind and the storm. Keep going.
And the clouds are the dust of his feet.
And the clouds are the dust of his feet. Meaning the Lord has a way that he can kill you. You understand how the Lord kills? He kills from the tempest of the storm. The Lord will send a hurricane and wipe all of Washington, D.C. away.
Damn.
You understand? Drop that. Give me verse 7. Go down to verse 7.
Book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 7. The Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble.
The Lord is a stronghold in the day of trouble. Keep going.
And he knoweth them that trust in him.
And he knoweth them that trust in him. What does that mean? He knoweth them that trust in him. How do you trust in the Lord?
Slack it, sir, by following his laws as a commandment.
You do what he says to do. Why would this be here if you could do anything?
Right.
Come on now. What superhero movie have you seen where Superman lands down? Everybody needs help because there's a giant robot killer in the middle of the street, and he says, do whatever you want to do. You'll be saved. Run anywhere and you'll be saved.
Right.
Be as loud as you possibly want to be and you'll be saved. What superhero movie have you ever seen that happen? So why the hell the Christian church teaches you can do whatever you want to do and God's still going to love you?
Right.
God's still going to save you. He says who trust in him. Meaning if you trust in Superman, that means you do what? You do what he says to do. Superman say, jump off the building. Guess what? You trust him. You do what? Your ass jumping. And you're going to be scared to death, but you trust that he will save you. Well, you should not eat pork because you trust in the Lord.
That's right.
That's what you shouldn't do. You shouldn't celebrate Christmas because you trust in the Lord. You understand? And that's the only way that he'll know you. He going to know you because you will be separated from those who don't know him. Right. This ain't no fairy tale, mystical, anything like that. And we're going to get into it. Lord allow, time abide. We're going to get into it. When Christ come back, he going to look for the men who was doing what he said to do. He going to look for the men that when he say, Amijim Shabbat, Amijim, he going to look for the men who move. And he going to look at them and say, they ain't ready. Them niggas over there ain't ready. But them, These have been the one who have been occupying. These have been the one who was practicing the righteous acts and the traditions of my fathers. And he gonna give orders to them. You understand? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 8. But with an overrunning flood, he will make an utter end of the place thereof. And darkness shall pursue his enemies.
And darkness shall pursue his enemies. What you got? Oh no, I'm too wild on that. Y'all can get down on that. Anybody need to get down on that? Y'all can get down. You understand? Drop down to verse 11.
The book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 11.
Oh, hey, Slaga, is there any more of that chicken left? Yeah, hook the brother up. Hey, Slaga, he gonna get you right. He gonna get you right. Just make sure you take care of him. And anything you need, you good. Come on. What you got?
It's the book of Nahum, chapter 1, verse 11. There's one come out of thee that imagineth evil against the Lord.
There's one that come out of thee that imagineth evil against the Lord. You understand? That Donald Trump, he created that space fleet program.
Right.
How many of y'all seen it? Did y'all get to see it in Cocoa Beach? Y'all didn't see it? It's in Cocoa Beach. They got the base with the little. If you go and Google the space fleet flag that they unveiled with Donald Trump, they have the flag and the space fleet base in Cocoa Beach. Right on this, I drove right past it. You understand? It's there. You saw pictures, right? And they imagine of evil, man, because they building that to go against the Lord, man.
Right.
They building that because they know these scriptures. They know that the Lord is coming from the third parts of heaven, man, and that he is going to bring war upon America. And so they creating space fleets to go to war with them UFOs that's in the Bible. You understand? Keep going.
A wicked counselor.
A wicked counselor. Keep going.
Verse 12. Thus saith the Lord. Though they be quiet.
Though they be quiet. Keep going.
And likewise many.
Meaning they ain't coming out saying we're going to kill God. They ain't coming out saying we're going to fight Christ. Keep going.
Right. Yet thus shall they be cut down.
The Lord going to cut them down. Keep going.
When he shall pass through. Though I have afflicted thee. I will afflict thee no more.
Meaning those curses, even though he put those curses on us, the Lord ain't gonna put them on us no more. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 13. For now I will break his yoke from off thee.
He will do what?
I will break his yoke from off thee.
He will do what?
I will break his yoke from off thee.
He will do what?
I will break his yoke from off thee.
He gonna break the yoke that the people that the oppressor put on us 400 years ago.
Damn right.
Them yokes that was on our neck that had us shangled in chains while we was walking to be slave sold on some slave auctioning block. The Lord gonna do what?
Break his yoke off thee.
He gonna break it off of you.
Damn right.
You understand? Keep going.
It will burst his bonds and burst thy bonds in sunder.
He gonna burst the grip that America has on us into sunder, man. Meaning we ain't gonna be subject to what our oppressor says no more.
Damn right.
You understand? Keep going.
Verse
Actually,
14.
you could drop that.
Okay.
Drop that. Give me Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 1. We gotta move quickly. Anybody got any questions anytime? Just raise your hand. Any questions online? Just type it in the chat. Shalom, y'all about Isupk. Everybody checking in. Y'all Shemala Thad by Hashem. Y'all shot all the sisters checking in. Shalom, sis. You had a question online. I don't know what happened to it. It had got you was asking about a precept in the book of Revelation, chapter 6, about the I know it was talking about the book, right? And the book being open with Christ being riding on a white horse, and he who had ridden on a white horse was death. That just I could paraphrase. I'm sure that's what you was talking about in the book of Revelations. That is talking about Christ, and that's talking about when Christ comes back after third nuclear warfare is brought on America, and Christ's name is death. You understand? Because that is what he's going to bring when he invades America with his army of 200,000 angels, 200 million angels. You understand that he invades America with.
That's right.
If that's not what the question was, is retype it, GP.
So like while we're on the topic of warfare, so for somebody that's in the world or just not coming into the school that may not understand, what makes when dealing with the woes, the three woes, why is it World War I, II, and III? Why not I can't say World War III. I can't say III because it hadn't happened yet. But why not the Cold War? Why doesn't the ISU be again? I'm asking for somebody like from the world that may not understand. But why don't the UPKs teach the Cold War? You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm asking?
Right. Well, again, remember the Cold War wasn't really a war in which America went to war with the Soviet Union. There was literally like a standing war where it was like
You hit me. Nah, you hit me, nigga. Nah, you hit me. And it lasted for like 30 years. You understand? And all that happened is that Russia started to just lose resources, till eventually they was like, we can't do this anymore. We can't stay here and bicker and pity pat with you anymore because we done lost all our goddamn resources, which is why Russia fell. They lost everything. And so they had to recant, back the hell up, and they had to end the Cold War in 1991. That's all that was. So that wouldn't have been the Cold War, the Vietnamese War. That wasn't a war that was of great destruction. That was a war of America trying to go to Vietnam, trying to run shit. But of course, because we were so high off of smoking weed, Americans could not function in the jungle.
Right.
You understand? They couldn't function in the jungle. And so them Vietnamese was coming out the goddamn trees like, bah! And they was like, brother, I thought we was coming over here for peace. They were too high. They couldn't fight in the Vietnamese War. But World War I was absolute terror and destruction on earth. World War II was absolute terror and destruction on earth. And World War III is going to top it all. You understand?
Christ.
Keep going.
Come. Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
The vision of Obadiah.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom.
Salaki, was you in class last night? So you know who Edom is, right? So who is Edom? Most give him a hand. Give him a hand. He said white people. You understand? So this chapter, if I could, we might have to go to the 9:10, but it stopped me at 9:10. You understand? We ain't gonna go no further than 9:10. That's 2 hours with everybody. Just go 10 minutes. Just give me 10 more minutes. You understand? Right? What time is it now? 8:56. Just give me, you feel me? You understand? So now this is talking. Now read that one more time.
The vision of Obadiah, book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord thy power concerning Edom.
This concerning Edom. I mean, this is talking about white people. Edom means what? What does Edom mean?
It's like, sir, didn't it have, if I may, didn't it have something to do with his skin, like red? Edom mean like.
What does Esau mean? For time's sake, it means he that is wasted away. You understand? So the nation of Edom or Edomites
would be the wasting nation.
I mean, that's his nation. You understand? Edom is like his land. If I'm not mistaken, right? It's his land, right? The nation of Edom, or he would be the nation of Edomites, right? That's who he is, derived from Esau. Right, the progenitor of the Edomites is Esau. That's who progenerated, or whatever the word is. I'm gonna use that word. Progenerated the Edomites. You understand?
Okay.
We make words up in here, in case y'all don't realize. Some shit that sounds right, and we go with it because you get the damn point.
Damn right.
You understand? Paul said, "Though I be rude in speech, well, though I be not as intelligent as the officer Thabawan." You get what I'm saying?
Damn right.
Go ahead, read what you got.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord,
and
an ambassador is set among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Now, we seeing this today. What is the two Islamic factions in the Middle East that hate each other? The Sunnis and the Shiites, right? They hate each other. They go to war with each other. Eventually, an ambassador, you all know what an ambassador does, right? Or what an ambassador is. Think about who they are specifically. If I'm the ambassador of the UPK, what am I?
Oh, it's like a representative.
I'm a spokesperson, right? A representative. I represent the ISUPK. I'm the ambassador of the ISUPK, right? So if I'm the ambassador of Nigeria, then I would go where? I would go to different countries in which we do business with. I would go to different countries in which we have war with. I would go to the UN meetings. If you've ever seen the movie 300, right? That dude, I forgot his name on Spartacus, but I don't know if he's black or if he's a Hamite.
Yeah, it's like it. Oh, if I could, that showed up and said, "I bring you earth and water."
Right.
Yeah,
that dude right there. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
dude in the beginning. He was an ambassador of Persia. He was the person you send, and now he was comfortable going into Sparta and saying what he was saying. Why?
They say I'm just the messenger.
Right.
Yeah, come on.
Right. You don't kill the ambassador, which is why, like, if you see on the news how like it just be like Ukrainian ambassador meeting with Putin, you're like, ain't they fucking killing Ukrainians right now? He's good because he's just an ambassador.
Right.
Right. They don't usually kill the ambassador. If they kill the ambassador, that's like the ultimate FU. That's like that's why King Leonidas basically said FU to the Persian army and he killed his ambassador, right? So now these ambassadors are going to go to their difference, like this. What's the name again?
To Edom?
No, the Ishmaelites.
The
The Shunnis and the Sehites, they hate each other, but eventually they're going to say, their ambassadors are going to say, maybe we should come together. North and South Korea hated each other for the longest.
right.
They could not cross each other's borders. But eventually their ambassador said, what? Maybe we should come together.
Okay.
China and Russia ambassador said, what? We should come together. Read.
Come on. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Now, who was the her that the Russia and China, that the, what's the name? The Sunnis and the Shiites, that the North Korea and South Korea is going to rise up against? Who is the her?
It's like it's Babylon, aka America.
America.
Okay.
Every nation hates America.
That's right.
They hate America. You talk to a Frenchman, he'll say, I hate you, Americans. If you watch Rush Hour 2, or is it 3? If you watch Rush Hour 3, when Chris Tucker got in the car and what the dude say? He was like, I just hate Americans. That wasn't just a joke. That was true. They do not like America. You understand? So they ambassadors are going to rise up against America. Keep going.
Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
I have made thee small among the heathen. Keep going.
Thou art greatly despised.
Because America is despised. No one likes America. Keep going.
Verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Now, we call the white man, but what is his name specifically? Why?
It's like it, sir.
There you go. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. He's a Caucasian man, meaning he comes from the Caucasus Mountains, man. And it says they dwell where?
In the clefts of the rock.
They dwell in the clefts of the rock. Keep going.
Whose habitation is high.
Whose habitation is high. Where's Trump Tower? High. What does it mean to be a metropolitan city? Give him a hand again. Gotta be high in the sky. Keep going.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Who shall bring America down to the ground? You need help with that scripture? So, somebody get him Obadiah chapter 1. Let's go. We got you. Go get it. Find him on the Bible. Sadak, if you could, just help him find Obadiah chapter 1 in the sword so he could read along. It's a strong thing to be able to read these scriptures from the word, from the book. You understand? That's how Commander General Yohana did it. That's how we should do it. You understand? It's good to have your phone and everything, but it may be one day a goddamn EMP grenade might go off, and then you ain't got no phone, and then all we got is this. And then those brothers who went through Hebrew Academy know what? That you protect
Keep
this.
that scroll.
You protect this with your life.
Christ.
You don't lose this, because this is all we got. You understand? So you should learn how to read it, right? So we're gonna wait for the brother. We're gonna wait for the brother. And we're gonna give him time to learn.
What, sir?
Chapter 1. Where we at? Verse 4?
Yeah, come on, verse 4.
Anybody need any of this wine right here? That's
some good shit.
All right, Tawab. Y'all need anything? I think everybody Tawab. All right, we good? All right, let's go.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Now, brother, what is the nation's bird? It's a bald eagle, ain't it? What about in Russia? What about in Greece? What about in Assyria? What about in ancient Babylon? Read that part one more time.
Come on. Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
You exalt yourself as the eagle. Keep going.
Come on. And though thou set thy nest among the
The
stars.
Space Force, the satellites.
Right.
You want to go up and set your nest amongst the stars. Keep going.
Come on. Thence will I bring thee
The
down.
Lord gonna bring them down. Ain't no Star Wars.
Damn right.
The Lord gonna kill Luke Skywalker.
Most High Christ.
You understand? The Death Star will be brought down.
Right.
Keep going.
Come on. Saith the Lord.
Keep going.
Verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Verse 6.
Go to verse 10.
Come on. Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother
Now,
Jacob.
This is why. Remember, you learned yesterday that Esau and Jacob were brothers. But this is black people and white people.
That's right.
Now, it says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, because you hated Jacob.
Right.
You understand? Keep going.
Come on. Shame shall cover thee.
Shame is going to cover thee. And keep going.
Come on. And thou shalt be cut off forever.
And thou shalt be cut off forever, man. This is what's going to happen to the nation of Esau, man.
That's right.
You understand? This is what's going to happen. And this is what needs to happen. This is righteous. This is right. If someone did something to your family, you would say what? That you have to do something to them.
Damn right.
So why would we not have judgment for these people who have done something to our families, who do something to our families every day? I could see if you said, well, white people, they did what they did in slavery, but however, they stopped and, everything's good now.
Right.
Is it good now?
No.
I mean, again, a good friend of mine from Raleigh about 6 years ago got shot in the back 7 times, running away from a police officer. The police officer was coming to get him off for back child support payments. And he ran. And when he ran, the police officer tripped and fell, and everybody in Raleigh started laughing at him. And because they laughed at him, he shot my friend 7 times in his fucking back. And you telling me that they get to sit in the kingdom of heaven? You telling me he gets to live? He's the police officer still alive. He can still go to Disney World. He can still eat McDonald's and have a good time and celebrate Christmas while that brother is dead. Right. He got a son that's growing who can't see his father no more over child support. But you telling me he get to sit at the kingdom of heaven with us? No.
Yeah, right.
Read that part one more time.
Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence.
For thy violence. For thy hatred. Keep going.
Against thy brother Jacob shall shame cover thee.
Shame gonna cover him. He gonna see black men in rulership, and he gonna remember my friend.
Damn right.
He gonna see shame. He gonna see black men in rulership, and they'll remember Trayvon Martin.
Right.
They'll remember Sandra Bland.
Right.
They'll remember George Floyd, and they'll bow their neck to black men that's in power.
That's right.
They'll bow their neck in that day because they remember how wicked they were, and they'll know how wrong they were, how unnecessary it was to strangle that 15-year-old boy.
Right.
They'll remember how many bodies they hung from trees, and they'll remember how many backs they whipped and how it was unnecessary. And that day, shame will cover the white man for what he did to us. Not mercy, not a pass, but shame and judgment for what he did to us. And that's the spirit of the Lord.
Damn right.
Drop that. Give me Joel chapter 2, and we're going to end here. The Isupk is the only place you're going to get the spirit of Christ.
Goddamn right.
It's the only place you're going to get the spirit of where a black man can be a man and can actually have some compassion on his brothers. In a Christian church, you cannot have compassion on black people, because to have compassion on black people means that you must hate the people that is harming them. Otherwise, what would you need compassion for? How are you going to have compassion on someone who's being murdered if you don't hate the murderer?
Right.
Read what you got.
Okay. Book of Job, chapter 2, sir.
Joel. Help the brother, Sadak. Help the brother get to Joel chapter 2. This is the last one. We're going to get up out of here. Papa Juan knew I was coming here.
God. Book of Joel.
Knew I was coming here.
Book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
The Lord said, blow ye the trumpet. What is a trumpet blowing for?
It's like a warning, sir.
It's a warning.
You understand? Meaning danger is here, or you understand? Means to be on the lookout, right? So
Damn right.
blow ye the trumpet in Zion. Zion means Israel.
That's right.
Keep going.
Come. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh.
For the day of the Lord cometh. Y'all been hearing Christians saying we in the last days.
Right.
You ready for the return of Christ? But the day of the Lord cometh. You understand? Keep going.
Come. For it is nigh at hand. Verse 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess.
It is not going to be a good day.
That's right.
Everyone who believes that when Christ comes back, it's going to be a day of hallelujah and a day of fun and a day of family time is a goddamn liar.
That's right.
They don't know nothing about the Bible. Christians are like goddamn children, man.
Right.
Christians are stupid, man. You understand? Gonna tell me that the day of Christ is going to be a great day. You understand when it says, read it one more time.
Come. A day of darkness.
A day of darkness. Keep going.
Come. And of gloominess.
And of gloominess. Keep gloominess. Keep going.
Come. A day of clouds and of thick darkness.
It's a day of thick clouds, man. Thick darkness where you can't see a thing. Keep going.
Come. And as the morning spread upon the mountains.
Meaning, imagine you inside of a valley. You inside of Utah and you inside of a valley, and all you see is thick, dark clouds is covering the valley. Meaning you don't see the moon, stars, no sun. You don't know if it's day or nighttime outside. Keep going.
Come. A great people and a strong. There have not been ever the like.
You're going to see a people. And these people are going to be great and strong. And you're going to see a people like you've never seen before.
Damn right.
You've seen the Marines. You've seen the Navy SEALs. You've seen Africans. You've seen Shaka Zulu. You've seen Alexander the Greek.
Right.
You've seen all of these people, Leonidas. You've seen all of them. You understand? But you've never seen a people like this. Keep going.
Come. Neither shall be any more after it.
Meaning you'll never see no people like this ever again. Keep going.
Come. Even to the years of many generations. Verse 3. A fire devoureth before them.
A fire devoureth before them. Keep going.
Come. And behind them a flame burneth.
Meaning what? Everything around us is what? It's on fire.
Christ.
Everything is burning to the ground. Keep going.
Come. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them.
But the place in which we're going is what? It's beautiful. Everything around us is destruction, but the place that we're going is beautiful. Right. Keep going.
Come. And behind them a desolate wilderness.
And behind us is something that we don't want. You understand? Because it's been destroyed by Christ. Keep going.
Come. Yea, and nothing shall escape them.
Nothing shall escape us. You understand? Keep going.
Come. Verse 4. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses.
The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses. Meaning what? We're majestic.
Most high
when you
Christ.
see these people, it's an amazement. It's something to gaze upon. You ever drove in the country and you seen horses and it's just like, damn, them creatures is beautiful.
Right.
Have you ever stood up on a horse before? It's something like you just never seen before, but it's just a horse. But it's like, damn, this is a majestic, beautiful animal.
Most high Christ.
That's how these people will be. Keep going.
Come. And as horsemen, so shall they run.
And they will run like horses. Meaning as fast as a horse can run, these men will run. You will think of supernatural powers as these men run. Is it so far? Is it so hard to tell? Is this so far out of disbelief? How fast can Usain Bolt run? He almost there. These men will run like horses. GP.
Kind of ones, but what you bringing out so heavy, like you said, it shouldn't be that hard to believe. I mean, like Negroes are already what's his name? Kill running like a 4-1. I mean, you got niggas like you know, for people that don't believe about Christ, you know, and things he did. It's like, well, Negroes are already walking on air, damn near. We got Michael Jordan leaping like that. I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult to understand. I'm surprised I ain't seen no Negro walk on the water just yet.
Right. And imagine when the Lord is on our side. You understand? Keep going.
Come. Verse 5. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap.
They shall leap. You understand? Keep Christianity in your mind when you're reading this. Or everything you think of every Christian you know. Think of your mother. Think of your Christian friends, them women, and think of all the things that they preach. And then read these scriptures who's in the same, but this scripture's in the same Bible, brother.
That's right.
This is in the same Bible they read. And so read this and then think of all the Christians you know. And just the thing I think to myself is like, where do y'all get all this goddamn love from?
Right.
Because this sounds like something else. You understand? Right. Keep going.
Come. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array.
As a strong people set in battle array. You understand? These people are going to be set in battle array, man. They ready to go to war. They ain't ready to sing and dance and bang on some drums and shake some tambourines. They ready to go to war, man.
That's right.
This is what Christ is talking about, man. This is what the Lord wants. Keep going.
Come, verse 6. Before their face, the people shall be much pain. At all faces shall gather blackness.
Why? Why? Somebody take a guess. Why would their faces gather blackness? I know you know. See, the brother knows. Why would their face gather blackness? Think about the time of what's happening here. Christ came back. See if you could get it. This is more conventional than the Christian church. This is more simple. It's now that would be correct for their face to be much pained. But when it gathers blackness, when blackness gathers on their face, what is that talking about? Think about what's happening here. What is World War III? How is World War III going to take place? Through what? Let me just finish this point. We're going to get up out of here. For time's sake, through nuclear warfare. Nuclear warfare will happen. That's how World War III, that's in the Bible. You understand? The blackness that's gathered on their face is the soot. The soot. It's the soot. From if you ever see videos of 9/11 and them people running, that blackness that's on their face, that is what this is talking about. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 7. They shall run like mighty men.
They shall run like mighty men. They ain't gonna be in the church with the bent wrist.
Right.
They gonna run like mighty men. Keep going.
Come. They shall climb the wall like men of war.
I'm like men of like. Where that cover at? Where that cover at? What that white woman say in the gun store today? Some white woman come up to us in the gun store today, and the first word she uttered. First word she uttered. This white woman said, "Men of war." What's that?
Right.
Read it one more time.
Verse 7. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. Right here in the Isupk, sir.
Not in the Christian church. We reading the Bible. Where the men of war in the Bible? I mean, in the Christian church, Salakia. Where T.D. Jakes men of war? Where Creflo Dollar's men of war at?
Right.
Where send me somebody else. Another passage. Where Joshua Holmes men of war at?
Right.
Where Mount Zion's men of war at? Where Word of God's men of war at? The Bible says that Christ is looking for men of war when he come back.
That's
Where
right.
They at? That's right. Where they at? This ain't talking about after the new kingdom. We ain't even mentioned the new kingdom yet. This is talking about when it happens.
That's
so
right.
where are they at? I'll tell you where they at. Stick around long enough.
That's right.
Keep going.
Come. And they shall march every one on his ways.
And they shall what?
And they shall march every one on his ways.
They shall march every one on his way. Meaning what? They're going to do what?
Oh, they're going to be in formation,
Babylon
sir.
is falling. To rise no more. They gonna march everyone on his way. The same way them brothers who graduated Hebrew Academy had to march.
Damn right.
You understand? Keep going.
Come. And they shall not break their ranks.
They shall not break their ranks. All right, no sweat. It's Slager. You want the class? Slager. All right, come. We about to finish it up this point right now. You understand? Read that part one more time.
Come. Verse 7. They shall run like mighty men.
They shall do what?
They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march every one on his ways. And they shall not break their ranks.
And they shall not break their ranks. The only place you find that at is the Isupk under Commander General.
Goddamn right.
You understand? Where men march every way and do not break their ranks. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 8. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
They shall not be wounded. Keep going.
Come. Verse 9. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the houses. They shall enter in the windows like a thief. Verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
The earth shall quake before them.
Uh-huh.
The heavens shall tremble.
Uh-huh.
The sun and the moon shall be dark.
Uh-huh.
And the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Keep going.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army.
Before his what?
Before his army.
Before his choir.
Before his army.
Before his church.
Before his army.
Before his assembly.
Before his army.
Before his congregation.
Before his army.
Before his what?
Before his
Before
army.
his what?
Before his army.
Before his army, man.
Damn right.
There's only one army of the Lord, and it's in the Isupk
Right.
under Commander General Yohana, man. Keep going.
For his camp is very great.
For his camp is very great. Keep going.
For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible.
A very terrible day. Keep going.
And who can abide it?
And who can abide it, man? What kind of brother are you?
Right.
What kind of brother are you? Maybe this ain't for you, huh? The Isupk is a school full of barbarians and roughneck idiots who decide to come up here and serve the Lord.
Damn right.
This is what this is about. This ain't about loving your woman to the point where you leave the truth. This ain't about being romantically inclined so that you can have every woman in the world.
Right.
This ain't about that. This ain't about singing in no choir. This ain't about, you ain't gonna learn how to play no instruments up in here. You might learn how to use a whip. But you ain't gonna learn how to play no instruments in this school. And here you'll learn how to follow orders.
Right.
And here you'll learn how to move every man on his rank that you do not break it. And here you'll learn how to serve the Lord. That's all you'll learn in here, man.
That's
and
right.
maybe this ain't for you. The Lord is asking, you understand, who gonna abide by that?
Right.
But who abides by it is who Christ is looking for. Christ ain't coming back for no goddamn TD Jakes, man.
Damn right.
He ain't coming back for no goddamn Creflo Dollar or no Eddie Long or no Joshua Holmes or no woman pastor or no Christian, man. Christ is coming back for hardcore, down to the bone soldiers for the Lord that Commander General Yohana has raised up from the dead since 1969 under the Isupk, man. And that's it, man. And that's the only spirit that'll reign this earth. The hell you think? You think that the bent wrist is gonna rule over Donald Trump?
Hell.
You think that the bent wrist is gonna rule over the Marines, over the Army, the Air Force, or the Navy? No, it's gonna take a man that's gonna rule with the iron fist, man, with the iron staff that's gonna rule over this, and that's the spirit of Christ, man. Not no sissified being no Christian, man. You understand? And that's what this is talking about. You understand? So you take this back to your Christian church. And for all of you Christians watching, you take this back. And I got one question. Where is your army?
Right.
And with that, I pass the class over to Preaching Officer Tabawan. Isupk security announcements. We are the Isupk out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will get permission. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18 and 21. And Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10 means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced Ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation. Upcoming Holy Convocation will be the Feast of First Fruits. Was that June? Was it July? I can't recall at the top of my head right now, but that's coming up. It's 50 days after the end of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, so we got some time for that. More information will come out on that, in the coming weeks. I want to remind Acumen Watson to check on social media at isupk.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for Isupk events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, Imadium, which means to stand.